Welcome to week 9 of our yoga and meditation home practice program. This week we're going to carry on with the subject of the core muscles. So bring yourself into a comfortable position using your cushion or a block to lift up through the spine, and then relaxing the legs down, releasing the arms. Let's just bring a little bit of awareness into the core muscles first of all, and bring our awareness into the breath. So closing your eyes, taking some nice deep breaths, and just try to cut some of the chatter that distracts us from our practice by focusing deeply on the breath. Breathing in through the nose, drawing that breath all the way up into the sinuses. Feel the coolness of that breath, and then drawing the breath down into the back of the throat, allowing our senses to start picking up the sound of the breath. Expanding the body with the breath, finding the activation of all the muscles throughout the body. So as we breathe in, we want to expand the spine, the chest, lengthening up through the back. Find room in the digestive region where we allow the stomach muscles to expand, and start really feeling an activation of the muscles throughout the whole of the core. So as we breathe in, we're bringing that awareness all the way down into the stomach. And as we spoke about before, activating the core muscles and slightly activating the pelvic floor muscles as well. Take a couple more rounds of breath, making sure we're not holding any tension into the neck. Lift the shoulders up towards the ears and round the shoulder blades down the spine. And expand into the chest. Really feel the energy of the breath, activating all the muscles down into the stomach, the side of the body, the lower back, the middle back. And then bring your awareness into the base of the spine. And here we just want to gently rock from side to side, moving that spine, activating all the muscles in the core. So remember, I said to you before that the core muscles are the band of muscles that go around the front, the sides and the back, from the diaphragm all the way down to the glutes. So here we want to start activating them and just rocking from side to side, really working into those side muscles, starts bringing the movement into the whole of the core. See this beautiful spine of a collection of intricate parts moving in harmony with the muscles from side to side. You'll notice we can really bring this movement a lot deeper as we bring the ear down towards the shoulder, from side to side, getting into the side of the body all the way up into the rib cage. And then let's do the same in a different movement as we do a seated cat-cow position, opening up into the chest, drawing those shoulder blades together, lifting the chin up, and then drawing the chin back, taking the elbows out to the side, rounding in. Again, we're activating these core muscles, bringing the spine into its perfect movement, perfect range of movement. Let's have about 6 of these, breathing in and releasing as we draw down. Working with the inhale as we open up, the chin comes up, the shoulder blades come together, we're opening into the chest. And as we round back down, we release the breath, elbows coming out, finding space between the shoulder blades. And activating all the muscles around the spine and down into the core, and relaxing down. And now we're going to gently open our eyes, rocking forward. We're going to come down now onto our backs. So we don't want to use the cushion, we want a nice long spine. So bringing the body down onto your back and drawing the knees into the chest. So first of all, we want to rock the knees into the underarms, start activating the muscles into the core as we take the legs away and draw them back in. So it's a gentle movement, and engage the pelvic floor muscles as well with this movement, as squeeze and release. So squeeze the pelvic floor muscles in the base of the core, and then release as we let the legs go back, arms lengthening. Let's have 3 more, working with the breath, squeezing in and then releasing. And 2 more, in and release. Last one. Nice deep breath, drawing the knees in, engaging the pelvic floor muscles, and then release away. Now don't bring your feet down onto the mat, but bring the left leg over onto the right knee. So we've done this position before. We're going to take it a little deeper, and we're going to bring the arms to the side, lifting the head and shoulders off the mat. So now we're going to work in a pulsing movement as we breathe in, drawing the knees in towards the chest and also bringing the head in as well, and release. Gently working in and release. We're going to do 3 more, in and release. 2 more, in and release. And then in. This time, hold the position in, bring the head down, but keep the intensity as you draw the legs even deeper into the core, keeping that intensity into the front of the thigh. Then release, extending the legs up towards the ceiling. We want nice straight legs so the knees aren't bent, and then bring the head and shoulders up, taking hold of the backs of the knees. Here we're bringing the legs in and releasing. So again, we've got that movement where the head and shoulders come in a little deeper and the legs come in. It's only a short movement to the point where we can bend our arms and bring the legs in and release. We're going to have 3 more of these positions. In and release. 2 and release. And the last one, in and release. Bring the head and shoulders down, but keep this intensity going with the core. Taking the arms out to the side. Now we're going to take the foot over onto the other side, bending that leg, drawing the knees in, and we do exactly the same. Release the shoulders, take a nice deep breath, bring the hands through, and breathe in and release. In and release. We're going to have 4 more. In and release. 3, 2, and 1. Holding the position and then extending the legs up, taking hold of the back of the legs. And we'll do this position again, drawing in and release. In and release. Let's have 5 more. In and release, keeping that intensity. You'll start feeling it building up around the neck muscles. That's normal. We want to strengthen those neck muscles as well. Let's have 2 more. In and release. Last one. We're going to hold it in, holding in, lifting up as far as we can go, and then release. Taking hold of the soles of the feet, bringing your knees down as far as they'll come to lengthen into the back of the legs, releasing the core muscles as we soften the tailbone down towards the mat. Take some nice deep breaths, breathing and releasing, enjoying the stretch. Breathing and releasing. And then bringing the feet back down onto the mat, releasing the back. And we're going to complete this week's practice with some bridge pose. So bridge pose we've done in the earlier week's videos, but here what we're going to do is to take it a little deeper so we really start activating the core muscles. So it's bringing the arms to the side of the body, engage the pelvic floor, draw the body up. And here as we lengthen up through the chest, you'll notice that when we come into bridge pose, we activate the glute muscles. We want to stop those muscles, so release the glutes, try and let go of that position, And then taking the leg up towards the ceiling, activating that thigh muscle, but also we're using the core muscles to hold ourselves up and to lift up through the chest, taking a nice, deep, strong position, pushing down with the foot, keeping the knee in, the leg up, and then release. Keeping the chest up, keeping the body activated, and making sure we release these glutes. Take the other leg up, lifting deeper, pushing down with the left side now really opening into the front of that thigh, lifting up, using your core muscles. Now let's add the pelvic floor muscles into the position as we change over again, extending up, nearly there, lifting that deeper position, looking up at the ceiling so we don't scrunch into the neck, and down one more time. Let's take it really high, using those core muscles, lifting up, breathing and releasing, and then relaxing down. Hug your knees into the chest and release the lower back. Taking a couple of rounds of movement with the breath as you draw the knees in and release. Bring the soles of the feet together, bring the legs down onto the mat, open up into the groin, taking the arms out to the side, and gently activate the core muscles with a soft pelvic tilt as you draw the lower back down into the mat. It's a very slight movement, you probably can't see it on the video, but we engage the pelvic floor muscles and then draw the stomach muscles down so the lower back flattens down into the mat. You have to engage all the lower abdominal muscles to bring that flattening of the back down and release. And it's a nice way just to complete your core workout, activating the pelvic floor muscles and release. Working with the breath. Let's have 3 more. Breathing with intent, bringing as much oxygen to every cell in the body, really oxygenating the blood, giving the cells chance to nourish the body. And one more to complete our practice today. Draw the pelvic muscles in, allow the legs to flop out to the side, lower back flat down onto the mat as we draw those stomach muscles deep into the spine, and then release. Coming up to a seated position, back into our start position. And here you can continue your practice using some of the other techniques that we've used, or if you want a shorter practice, then come back down in Shavasana and spend at least 5 minutes relaxing and releasing and really breathing into the core muscles, expanding and releasing. And every time you release, allow the core muscles to drop down towards the spine, letting go of any tension. Enjoy your practice.